with Arno. He never beat 3. I can sympathize.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right, yeah. He never
and I
beat
can
3.
sympathize with Arno. I had tons of problems with 8-1. I could never beat 8-1 legitimately. I needed a fucking P-Wing.
The actual 8-1 or the tank level?
The actual 8-1.
8-1, oh gosh.
I could not do that without a fucking P-Wing.
Oh, yeah. I think I tried it once and I actually did it. Like, once.
And then 8-2 kicked your ass and you wound up back at 8-1 again? I'm sorry.
That would be funny.
Even if you got your butt kicked at the Fortress, you'd still have to do 8-1 again. Yeah.
But I mean, just to give you an idea, the first game that they threw at him was Takeshi no Chosenjo, which is the game where you actually have to wait for an hour or 30 minutes or an hour in order for you to progress.
And after you wait an hour, you had to sing.
And you had to sing, and if you got it wrong, you were screwed.
Oh my god, what the
Yeah, they had you sing karaoke into the second controller, and if you screwed up, you were screwed.
Oh god!
And for those that don't know, and just played the NES all their lives, the second controller had a microphone.
On the fan.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
What?
In the Famicom.
Yeah, on the
Japanese
family computer. That actually had many peripherals, like they could hook up to the internet. They could hook it. They could hook it to a disk system, which Reese Kane actually has one.
And so does Jacket.
So
does Jacket.
System.
Hey, I was getting there.
That's why I called Jacket, because he has one.
But anyway, the disc system, and I can't remember if there was a tape system for it.
There was a keyboard. There was
the zapper.
There was a keyboard for it. The zapper was different over there. See, the thing about the Famicom, I don't. For those of us in the States, we plugged the zapper into port 2. But all that was a rewiring of an extension port that was actually on the front of the Famicom, and that's where they actually plugged in different peripherals. So all the extra controllers that we had easy because we could just plug it into the front, the Famicom couldn't do that because the regular controllers were hardwired into the machine. Well, not quite hardwired, but close enough.
Yeah, they were pretty much hardwired.
You literally have to take it apart and pull the little plug out in order to get to it. But it was, but it wasn't like, oh, stick the controller on the front port of the machine and there you go. You had to open the damn thing up. So the zapper didn't look like the zapper. It looked like a revolver.
That was
a black revolver, no less.
And it came with a holster. That amazed me.
Actually, it was kind of funny. I ended up watching a show about peripherals. One of the segments was on peripherals on Game Center CX. And they actually got the robot. Thank goodness, because I was going to complain if they didn't. I ended up because I have the robot here. The
robot operating buddy.
You're damn right. And I'm still looking for the stack-up parts, but I have all the gyromite parts. But apparently,
Raider Rich, you better recognize this voice, sir.
Apparently, and this is hilarious. They go, this is the third robot we got. Huh? Apparently, the first two were so fragile that when the guy was trying to set it up initially, he broke the first two robots. My robot has actually survived a 6-foot fall, and it's fine.
It's Mike. Mike Poole.
Okay, which leads me to ask, who exactly is setting up the Rob robots? Kenshiro?
I have no idea. No, I think it was T-Baby did it.
Mr. Guy with the touch of death, with the 7 stars on his chest.
Well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
But
okay.
And Raider Rich, this is me, JCW. Hi.
That is JCW.
No,
Yep,
Crazy
yes,
Warlock went to bed.
Juggalo
unfortunately.
Championship Wrestling.
Yes, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, Crazy Warlock went to bed. Unfortunately, I would have him on, but yeah, he's in bed.
He has work.
but
Everybody's gonna have work sooner or
but
later. I want to work.
But yeah, but extenuating circumstances aside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to peripherals.
So,
Yes.
so there were a bunch of different peripherals. In fact, a lot of the controllers that we would take for granted, just plugging in into controller port 1 or 2, you couldn't do that on the Famicom. So you had to plug it into the extension port, which is why I've been looking for the Joy-Card 3.
Joy-Card 3.
Joy-Card 3 was designed for the AV Famicom Junior, which did use those controller ports.
Oh.
Because the AV Famicom Junior was based off of the redesigned NES.
I see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting an AV Famicom just because it has AV ports.
Oh yeah. I'm
like the NES
still wanting to get one of those. I mean, it's nice to have, the working original Famicom and all that kind of stuff. But speaking of which, by the way, and this is going to be important to you, Reese. There's a company called shit. I got to bring up the link. Hang on.
They're called shit.
They're called shit. Yeah. Fuck, where is it? No, not Game Doctors. That other one.
I died again.
Where's it?
Don't you hate losing your memory?
I lost my mind years ago. My wife can attest to that.
I'm losing my mind right now. Anyway.
I'm getting lost in this random issue of Nintendo Power.
Get the power.
Oh, there it is.
By the
Retro
way-
Game Cave. That's what it's called. Retro Game Cave. And apparently they've been making adapters. They've been trying to make better AC adapters that run cleaner, so that way you don't get the buzz from the noise like the original adapters could possibly do, because they didn't have shielded wiring and things like that.
They weren't grounded properly.
They weren't grounded properly, shit like that. For instance, they have a new a Turbo Duo adapter. They have a PC Engine Supply. They've actually made an adapter for the Turbo Express.
Sweet.
Drink
Nice.
something. Drink something.
I'm not. It is that one was just random. They have a Neo Geo adapter, but here was something that was interesting, and it's gonna tie into the idea that I actually sent them. They ended up making an adapter called the Sega Trio, which gave you one adapter and allowed you to plug it in to the Genesis, Sega CD, and the 32X
Nice.
That is
Nice.
awesome.
with one plug.
Sweet.
That would be a dream. Not having
It
to worry about
exists,
3
and these
plugs.
guys make it.
Nice.
That
And-
sounds about as awesome as that adapter I want to get. I think it's called the Triton, where you plug this thing into your Super NES, and you can play NES, Famicom, and Super NES games, as well as Super Famicom games, right? I think.
Well,
the
they were
hell?
the same freaking board, so it didn't matter as long as it didn't have those little tabs, you were fine.
Yeah.
But they make a Sega Trio M1 and M1, and the M1, it actually doesn't matter. You can it doesn't matter which Sega CD version you have, but it did matter
Model
which
2?
Genesis version you had.
Model 1, Model 2, Model 3?
There was no Model 3 for the CD.
Oh, I was talking about Genesis, but oh well.
I have all 3 models of the Genesis, though.
Nice.
There was a fourth one too, wasn't there?
There was 3 models of the
There were 3
Genesis.
models of the Genesis.
Because I thought there was the Master System.
That's
And
different.
Oh,
Yeah, the Master System isn't a Genesis. It's a separate system.
Yeah.
I could swear
you
there
can
was
play
a-
Master System games on the Genesis with a power-based converter, but that's a whole different thing.
I-
Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway.
but there's the Genesis, the original Genesis, the big one that said Genesis on it and had the red thing at the bottom, and it
Yeah.
had the volume control. And then they slimmed it up and they made the Genesis 2. And then it disappeared for a while, and then I guess Majesco and Sega collaborated and made a Genesis 3, and that was actually the first Genesis I got. It's really small. It's like roughly the size of a small dinner plate, and it didn't have the hookup. It didn't have the thing in the side, so you couldn't hook it up to a Sega CD, and it would not work with a 32X at all. In fact, it was so stripped down, it won't work with virtual racing.
Wow.
Wow.
But it'll work with any other Genesis game you throw at it. And so over time, I found out that the Genesis 1 is actually the best version to have because the Genesis 2 actually stripped out some things that the first one had. The first one actually had better sound quality than the 2. I'm diverging, however. Point is, these guys make adapters for the Genesis, and the Sega adapters, and the TurboGrafx 16 adapters. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if they actually made
A winner is you.
Famicom stuff? And so I sent them an email and said, well, are you guys making Famicom adapters? I noticed that you guys made the Trios and the Duo adapters for the Genesis. I know that they make a Famicom and a disk system. Will you make a dual one for that setup? Lo and behold, they're making one right now. I don't know if they're going to make one that's specific to the AV Famicom and the disk system. But they are making one for the original Famicom and the disk system. So be on the lookout for that. They already have the FDS power supply and the regular Famicom power supply separately, as well as the AV Famicom power supply separately. So you don't necessarily have to worry about that. But when they do make that combi one, that's the one I would look out for.
Okay, I found
Because also you don't have to worry about voltages since it'd be a 110 power supply and it would do all the converting in the brick.
Okay, I found the Genesis 4 because I remember seeing this, and I'm posting it in the Skype chat right now.
Oh, the fire core, that thing.
And technically,
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Brazil only?
No, it's I think
it's retro bit. That's why.
I was about to say, it is officially a Sega product. It just wasn't made by Sega.
Well, neither was the Genesis 3, but this was.
So this is the Genesis 4. I think it's around the same size maybe as the Genesis 3, or maybe it's a little bit smaller. I think.
From the looks of it, it looks a little smaller.
Oh God, what is this abomination?
It's a Sega Genesis Model 4.
Oh, that's
essentially.
sin.
Yeah.
There's a distinct lack of Sega quality seal.
Yeah. I'm kind of.
Keep in mind, it was made back in 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Genesis 3 had the seal.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I know this is like on the box.
Oh, that was back when Sega was a hardware company.
yeah, so Genesis, the Sega isn't a hardware, so no sticker.
No need for the sticker.
No,
Yeah,
apparently
this
not.
is
Either that or the patents ran out. You know, and
Right,
that's certainly
yeah.
possible. I mean, that's one thing I wish Nintendo had kept up on was keeping up on the NES patents and things like that, because the clones, the Famicom clones and the NES clones,
Yeah.
you know, they don't necessarily run everything.